So in this lesson today, we took to looking at the ideals of interactive technology and how it affects the classroom on a day-to-day basis. Now, the first question is, what experiences have you had with interactive technology itself? And I'm 25 years old, and I think while I was going through, school, we were on the kind of borderline of this interactive technology kind of coming into existence. So throughout grade school, it wasn't much of it. It was all, the simple box projectors that they just set up right in front of the board. And it kind of just printed onto that board. Now, whether this was the ideal of a price issue, with the school not having enough funds to, afford these more interactive tools, or the idea of maybe that the technology just wasn't quite there yet to produce in, the daily school basis. But around when I got into high school, you started seeing a lot more of the whiteboard interactions where, they could go up and they could circle the board where, and the board would follow exactly what you circled. So the red circle right around where they were trying to get you to point at. So that was more of an interactive technology, not quite the level of they have now with the tablets and the smartphones and all the other projectors I looked at, but on a way that they could go up to the whiteboard and circle stuff, even though, it was just a projection. Now, it's asking what kind of rendition of these projectors would I choose, and if I could choose one for my future classroom, which would I choose? The one I most like is definitely the ones that utilize the tablet itself, the ability to walk around the room and still get a feel of your presence being there while being able to control the whiteboard from a distance. Because, when you're standing in front of the room at all times of the day, you start to lose that back group. You start to lose the students in the far back, and being able to walk around and still be able to look at the whiteboard and create this presentation that you're everywhere in the room instead of just there in the front creates a more focused group, I suppose, onto exactly what you're trying to teach. Now, apart from my use of the tablet, the most useful thing I think is the interactive business of being able to do like Kahoot quizzes. Even in college, these last about 2 semesters ago when I was at the community college here in town, we utilized Kahoot, and it really did show a level of interactivity where you could quiz yourself without, having to fear people knowing the answer you've given, I guess. So it created a sense of notoriety in that you could say something without, the fear of looking stupid. And these Kahoot quizzes allowed you to test yourself without people having to look at you and be like, oh, that guy doesn't know what he's talking about. When in reality, you're just, questioning the questions, exactly how education should be. Education is there to teach you. You're not supposed to know all the stuff right off the bat. So I love the interactivity of Kahoot, and it helped me in college, kind of learn stuff and bake down exactly what the teacher was trying to get across, and it allowed you to quiz yourself. So I'd have to choose Kahoot in terms of, interactive, programs, just because it has affected me personally, and I've just used over the past few years. And like I said, the most important part of the whiteboards and the stuff, the projectors, is the idea of the tablet. I love the idea of being able to walk around the room and, write on your tablet, and it shows up on the projector and you can see. Now, the whiteboard isn't a bad idea either. You could have students come up and, on the projector itself, create math problems or solve problems right there on the spot. So don't get me wrong, the whiteboard is just as great of a addition. I just like the idea of the tablet for myself. Now it's asking what were my thoughts on the Clicker article. And with this, the Clicker article kind of created a sense of, you buzz in with your clicker. So it's like a Kahoot quiz almost, but without the use of tablets and phones or any kind of needed internet technology. It's almost like a kind of game show thing. You buzz in with your answer, and you just click it, and it'll show a graph of everyone that voted for that answer, everyone that voted that answer. Again, giving that certain level of notoriety where people are afraid, that their answer might look stupid or that their answer might seem dumb. So it gives them a chance to quiz themselves without the fear of people knowing that they got an answer wrong, which I think has become a very high point in today's education standards, so people don't have to fear that idea of, I don't want to look stupid in front of everyone, you know, that kind of social fear of not getting the correct answer. So the clickers, you know, throughout the article, it told of, you know, how it showed these pre-tests and post-tests of how it actually increased, you know, or had a larger increase in terms of people who use the clickers and people who didn't use the clickers. And again, like, it's such a, with those kind of tests, it has so much variety to it, you know, because they were doing it on different units, like Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, which is completely different material. So I kind of take those studies with a grain of salt, because maybe Unit 2 was just harder to learn, or easier to learn, but, you know, in both cases it did show that the clicker did improve results. So while it did show an improvement, and like I said, I'm taking it with a grain of salt, but I could definitely see the implication of that exact technology. So I do like the idea of the clickers. You know, it's like the Kahoot quizzes, and, you know, use one or the other. If I can get the clickers, I'll use the clickers. If not, I can, you know, have them pull out their smartphones and just do a Kahoot quiz with me. And it allows them to interact. So the idea of interactivity, it has become so prominent in the classroom, and I think it's really going down the correct path where we want to keep students engaged. We want to keep them enlightened and enticed in the subject matter, so that we create more of a feel that they want to do this and not they're forced to do this. So, you know, these interactive games, and as I hope it continues to advance further and further and further, you know, till the point where, you know, maybe they're actually enjoying school instead of, oh, gotta go to school this morning. You know, everyone's been there. But, like I said, the clickers, tablets, the interactive whiteboards, it's all going in the correct direction, and I can't wait to see, you know, where technology continues to grow, because just the changes in my lifetime, you know, to especially technology, this is the growth of technological age, and it's going to continue to grow. And just to see where it goes while I'm teaching and continuing to teach will probably be mind-blowing.